Comment below with your current location and time. I need to know where my fellow truth seekers are watching from, because what I'm about to reveal about Bali will make you question everything. What if I told you that behind Bali's Instagram-perfect sunsets lies a secret so dark that locals whisper about it only after midnight? You think you know Bali. Golden beaches, yoga retreats, spiritual awakening. You know nothing. This island holds 20 secrets that will make your skin crawl and your heart race. By the end of this video, you'll never look at a Bali vacation photo the same way again. The dust swirls red under the crimson evening sky as temple bells echo through air thick with incense and something else, something the tourism board doesn't want you to smell. Number 1, the island that bleeds. Bali isn't just an island. It's a 5,780 square kilometer stage where ancient gods still demand blood sacrifices. While you're sipping your $15 smoothie bowl in Canggu, just 30 minutes away, villages perform ritual animal sacrifices that would make your nightmare look like Disney movies. The Balinese Hindu calendar runs on a 210-day cycle called Pawukan. What they don't tell tourists? Every few weeks, there's a ceremony where blood must flow to keep the spiritual balance. The crimson stains on temple stones aren't decorative. But here's what will make your stomach drop. Number 2, the children who never age. In certain villages of East Bali, there are children who locals claim haven't aged in decades. The Tonganan village follows ancient customs so strict that outsiders are barely tolerated. These kids, now supposedly in their 40s and 50s, still look 12. The morning mist clings to ancient stone as small figures in traditional dress move through shadows that seem too long for midday sun. Scientists have tried to study this phenomenon. 3 research teams have been discouraged from returning. The village elders wear expressions that could freeze volcanic lava. Their silence speaks louder than screams. What are they hiding in those bamboo houses with walls thick enough to muffle any sound? Number 3, the husband market that destroys souls. Forget everything you know about Balinese romance. In remote villages, there's still a brutal tradition called mitata, but not the tooth-filing ceremony tourists photograph. The real mitata happens in darkness. Young women are paraded before potential husbands like livestock at auction. The men examine teeth, check fingernails, and other things. The girl who isn't chosen by sunrise faces a fate worse than rejection. She disappears. Torchlight flickers across tear-stained faces as whispered bids echo through the night air. Local police know. They look the other way. Money changes hands. Silence is purchased with gold and fear. One American journalist tried to expose this in 2019. They found her camera floating in Lake Batur. Her body was never recovered. Number 4, the rice terraces that consume tourists. Those magnificent Jatiluti rice terraces that grace every Bali Instagram, they're built on a foundation of bones. For over 1,000 years, the Subak irrigation system has required guardians to ensure the water flows. These guardians aren't paid employees. They're sacrifices. The emerald green fields stretch endlessly, but look closer at the water. Sometimes it runs red, and it's not from the volcanic soil. Every few years, when harvests fail, a tourist goes missing near the terraces. Always alone, always at sunset. The search parties find cameras, phones, shoes, but never bodies. The rice grows more vibrant after each disappearance. Local farmers smile when asked about missing persons. Their smiles never reach their eyes. Number 6, the volcano god's appetite. Mount Batur isn't dormant. It's hungry. Every 3 months, the volcano demands payment. Not money, not offerings, bodies. Steam rises from the crater like ancient breath, carrying whispers that sound almost human. Local guides lead sunrise trekking tours that start at 3 a.m. Most groups see the sunrise. Some groups don't make it back. The official story? Tragic accidents. Falls into the crater. Equipment failure. The truth? The volcano has taste preferences. Tourists who are rude to locals, who disrespect temples, who photograph sacred ceremonies without permission, they're marked. The mountain guides know the signs. The last recorded accident was a British influencer who mocked Balinese prayers. She posted her disrespectful TikTok at 6 a.m. By 6:30 a.m., she was feeding Mount Batur's appetite. Number 7. The Beach Club Human Trafficking Network. Those exclusive beach clubs in Seminyak with $300 minimum spends, they're not just serving overpriced cocktails. They're serving customers. Neon lights reflect off water as beautiful staff members serve drinks with smiles that hide terror. Young Indonesian women are promised legitimate work in hospitality. They're given fake contracts, fake visas, and real chains. The VIP rooms above the restaurants? They're not for dining. Wealthy tourists pay premium prices for authentic Balinese experiences that would make human rights activists weep. The women who serve these experiences are never seen again. An Australian businessman tried to rescue one of these girls in 2020. His body washed ashore 3 days later, with anchor marks around his ankles. Number 7. The spiritual healing scam that kills. Bali's reputation for spiritual healing attracts desperate people seeking miracle cures. What they find is a network of fake shamans running deadly experiments. Incense smoke swirls around flickering candles as foreign patients lie motionless on bamboo beds. These healers promise to cure everything from cancer to depression using ancient Balinese remedies. The remedies contain industrial chemicals, animal hormones, and compounds that would be illegal anywhere else on Earth. Patients who question the treatment are told their negative energy is blocking the healing. Patients who try to leave are told they'll die without completing the full program. Patients who pay the $50,000 premium healing package are never seen again. The Indonesian Ministry of Health knows about 47 facilities operating this scheme. 0 arrests have been made. Number 9. The child labor tourism industry. Those adorable Balinese children selling handmade bracelets on the beach? They're not playing entrepreneur. They're enslaved. Small hands weave colorful threads while eyes that should sparkle with childhood dreams stare empty at the horizon. Tourism families purchase children from poor villages for $500 to $1,000. The children work 16-hour days, making souvenirs, performing dances, and other services for tourists who pay extra for authentic cultural experiences. The children sleep in concrete rooms behind souvenir shops. They eat rice and scraps. They're beaten if they don't smile bright enough for tourist photos. A German aid worker tried to document this in 2018. She disappeared from her hotel room. The last text she sent her family said, "They know I know." Number 10. The temple tax that finances murder. Every temple entrance fee you pay in Bali goes into a fund that finances ritualistic killings. Not metaphorical killings. Actual murder. Ancient stone guardians seem to watch as money changes hands, their carved eyes holding secrets older than civilization. The Balinese caste system still operates in shadow. Lower caste individuals who forget their place are dealt with permanently. The temple funds hire professional killers who make deaths look like accidents. Motorcycle crashes, drowning incidents, building collapses. The pattern is always the same. Someone challenges traditional hierarchy, temple donations mysteriously increase, and within a week, the challenger is dead. A local journalist investigating these connections was found with traditional ceremonial daggers in his back. Police ruled it suicide. Number 12. The airport smuggling paradise. Negara Rai Airport isn't just a gateway to paradise, it's the smuggling capital of Southeast Asia. Security guards in crisp uniforms smile as they wave certain passengers through checkpoints without inspection.
Customs officials are paid $10,000 monthly to ignore specific luggage. What's in those bags? Human organs harvested from accident victims, exotic animals poached from national parks, and archaeological artifacts stolen from ancient temples. And drugs. So many drugs. The airport's random security checks aren't random. They're designed to catch independent smugglers while protecting the official networks. An American DEA agent trying to investigate was arrested on fabricated charges and sentenced to 20 years in Karabokan prison. Number 12. The luxury resort organ harvesting ring. Those ultra-luxury resorts charging $2,000 per night, they're not just selling premium accommodations. They're selling body parts. Palm trees sway gently as screams echo from underground medical facilities hidden beneath infinity pools. Wealthy medical tourists arrive for exclusive wellness treatments. What they're really purchasing is black market organ transplants harvested from donors who never consented. The resort spas have fully equipped surgical suites hidden below ground. The massage rooms have drainage systems designed for more than massage oil. Guests who ask too many questions about the medical facilities are drugged and become donors themselves. An investigative journalist from Singapore tried to expose this. He checked into the resort and was never seen again. His organs were found in a medical cooler in Jakarta.
Number 13. The cultural dance death matches. Those traditional Balinese dance performances tourists photograph, some of them are real battles to the death. Gamelan music pounds hypnotically as dancers move with precision that comes from knowing their lives depend on every step. In remote villages, foreign tourists pay $50,000 to witness authentic Kris dances, where performers actually fight with poisoned ceremonial daggers. The losing dancer dies on stage. The audience thinks it's theater until they see the blood pooling beneath traditional costumes. Winners become local heroes, losers become fertilizer for rice fields. A Swiss businessman who tried to film one of these performances was forced to participate. His body was shipped back to Switzerland in pieces. Number 14. The fishing industry's human bait. Bali's fishing industry uses more than worms for bait. They use people. Fishing boats disappear into dark waters as desperate screams are swallowed by ocean waves. Indonesian fishing captains purchase crew members from human traffickers for $200 each. These crew members are chained below deck and used as living bait for shark fishing. When sharks attack the human bait, the trauma and blood attracts larger predators worth thousands on the black market. The survivors are thrown overboard to cover evidence. A Malaysian marine biologist documenting illegal fishing practices was found with his legs bitten off and shark tooth marks on his diving gear. Number 15. The Hindu-Muslim war tourists never see. Bali's religious harmony is a carefully constructed lie for tourist consumption. The truth is bloodier. Incense smoke mingles with tear gas as ancient temples become modern battlegrounds. Religious violence erupts regularly in areas tourists never visit. Hindu fundamentalists and Muslim minorities engage in brutal sectarian warfare that makes international headlines, which are immediately suppressed by Indonesian media censorship. Entire villages are burned, families are slaughtered, children are orphaned. Tourist areas are protected by military cordons that shoot to kill anyone attempting to document the violence. A British war correspondent who tried to report on sectarian killings was beheaded. His head was found on a temple altar with a note, "Some truths are too dangerous for tourists." Number 16. The suicide forest tourism industry. Bali has its own version of Japan's suicide forest, but with a twist that will haunt your nightmares. It's not just a place where people go to die. It's a place where people are taken to die. Ancient trees twist into unnatural shapes as hanging bodies sway gently in tropical breeze.
The Sekumpul Forest in North Bali is where inconvenient people disappear. Troublesome tourists, investigative journalists, whistleblowing locals, they all end up hanging from the same ancient banyan trees. Local police patrol the area to ensure bodies are discovered by suicide hotline volunteers rather than innocent hikers. The volunteers stage suicide scenes so perfectly that international investigators never suspect murder. An Indonesian human rights lawyer investigating forced disappearances was found hanging in Sekumpul Forest with a suicide note written in handwriting that didn't match her own. Number 17. The underground fight clubs using tourist fighters. Beneath Kuta's party district, underground fight clubs force captured tourists to battle each other for wealthy spectators' entertainment. Blood stains concrete floors as desperate fighters use broken bottles and rusted chains in battles that only end with death. Tourists who get too drunk, who wander alone, who disrespect local gangs, they're drugged and dragged underground. They're given a choice: fight or be fed to the pigs. Winners survive to fight another night. Losers become pig feed. The audience bets millions of rupiah on which nationality will prove strongest in mortal combat. An American mixed martial arts fighter tried to expose this after escaping. He was found beaten to death with his own championship belt.
Number 18. The Volcano Sacrifice Calendar. Mount Agun and Mount Batur operate on a feeding schedule that coordinates with tourist arrival patterns. Volcanic ash clouds form unnatural shapes as ancient hunger awakens beneath the earth. When tourist numbers drop, the volcanoes become more active. When tourist numbers surge, mysterious disappearances increase. The correlation isn't coincidental. Local shamans maintain detailed calendars calculating exactly how many tourists must be sacrificed to keep the volcanoes dormant during peak season. The sacrifice methods are disguised as adventure tourism accidents, food poisoning, and equipment failures. A volcanologist studying eruption patterns discovered the human sacrifice correlation. Her research was burned, and she was found in a lava tube with volcanic glass embedded in her throat. Number 19. The Pharmaceutical Testing Ground. International pharmaceutical companies use Bali as an unregulated testing ground for experimental drugs. Village medical clinics gleam with equipment while patients writhe in agony from treatments that don't exist in medical textbooks. Remote villages are promised free medical care in exchange for participating in vitamin programs. The vitamins are actually untested compounds that would be illegal to test on animals in developed countries. Side effects include organ failure, permanent paralysis, and psychological breaks that drive people to violent insanity. When test subjects die, their deaths are attributed to tropical diseases. A Doctors Without Borders physician who tried to expose illegal medical testing was found with his medical license shoved down his throat. Number 20. The truth tourism will never admit. The most horrifying secret about Bali isn't any single crime or conspiracy. It's that everyone knows. Airport officials, hotel managers, tour guides, restaurant owners, they all wear the same knowing smile that says, "Welcome to paradise, but paradise demands payment." Indonesian government officials receive detailed reports about every murder, every disappearance, every trafficking operation, every illegal medical experiment. They file the reports in drawers that are never opened. International embassies receive missing person reports that are stamped "investigating" and "forgotten." Tourism boards worldwide promote Bali as safe while internally tracking casualty rates that would shut down war zones. The system works because everyone profits from the lie. The only people who try to expose the truth are the ones who become part of the cover-up. Permanently. The question that will keep you awake tonight. So here's what I need you to do right now. Look at your last Bali vacation photos. Really look at them. In the background of your sunset selfie, do you see the smoke that might not be from cooking fires? In your temple visit photos, do you notice the stains on the stone that might not be from rain? In your beach club pictures, do you remember the staff member who looked terrified instead of happy? Comment below with the one detail from your Bali trip that never made sense until now. Because once you know the truth, you can never unsee it. And if you're planning your first trip to Bali after watching this video, just remember, paradise always demands payment.
The only question is whether you'll pay in money or something more permanent. Subscribe if you want to survive your next vacation, and hit that notification bell because the truth about Thailand will make this video look like a children's bedtime story.